Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Janine. Today I am doing my 3-year anniversary from having my gastric sleeve surgery, and wow, I cannot believe that it has been 3 years. Like, I don't even know where time went, I have to say. And when I look back at old pictures of myself, I don't even remember who that person is. Like, it is just so crazy to think how far I have come. I have lost over 100 pounds. So yeah, it has been a huge accomplishment for me. I am very proud of myself, and I wanted to share with you guys kind of my journey, my weight loss journey, and just take you guys along so that you can have an idea of what the process will be like if you are looking to get weight loss surgery, and if you are a subscriber of mine and you just want to hear my story, then I'm going to be sharing that today. So either way, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you do enjoy today's video, please make sure to click that like button, and if you haven't, please make sure to subscribe here to my channel. So first of all, I want to talk to you guys about my shirt, like in sync. Yes, comment down below if you are from this era of time. I actually found this. It is a crop top, and I found it at Old Navy, and you know, I had to snag it because like, yes, in sync, so cute. Yeah, so also I have a bunch of updates in today's video for you guys. I don't know why I'm out of breath, but I'm just really excited to film this video for you guys. So yeah, I am also 10 weeks post-op, almost 11 weeks actually, for my tummy tuck surgery. So a lot of good updates on my tummy tuck surgery. But yeah, let's hop into today's video, which is going to be my 3-year update on my sleeve surgery. So first off, I want to just talk to you guys about like the beginning, I guess we can say. So I have been overweight. Well, I should say I was overweight basically most of my life, and I started to gain weight when I was around 8 years old. That's when I started, you know, overeating and overindulging in food. I remember I would be teased in school a lot. I was teased a lot growing up in school. I was always bullied over my weight. Kids used to pick on me all the time. I really didn't have many friends growing up because I was just always, you know, like being bullied and being singled out for being overweight. So it was really rough on me growing up, and you know, that kind of made me eat even more. And when I got to high school, I did kind of slim down a lot. I remember I got like really strict. I was eating clean. I was working out in high school. I actually took weight training, and I used to do that every morning, Monday through Friday. I had my weight training class first period, and that really helped me like get in shape. I was like 155 pounds when I was in high school. So yeah, I was doing that every day, and I was around 155, 165 for the end of my teenage years. And when I met my son's dad, around that time, I started like gaining more weight because, you know, like when you get into a relationship and you're going out to eat a lot and you're just like comfortable with the person, then you just like start to kind of overeat, or at least that's how it was for me. And when I met my son's dad, that was kind of like the first time that I like moved out on my own, and you know, I was just like kind of on my own. So I was responsible for, you know, all of my food choices, and it was kind of like a free-for-all, I would say, because I would just, you know, I was doing all the grocery shopping and cooking all the meals. So I was just cooking like basically whatever. I was eating a lot of snacks, and yeah, I packed on a lot of weight. And then I kind of went through like a depression stage, and that also aided in my overeating. So at that point, I was just like packing on the pounds, and I went from 165 to 220 pounds within like 6 months. Like, I packed on a lot of weight within the 6 months. So that happened, and then right when I was about 225 pounds, I found out I was pregnant with my son. So imagine I was now at my highest weight ever, which was the 220. And then I found out I was pregnant, and you know, I got pregnant, I had my pregnancy, and I was like 258 when I gave birth to my son. So I was really up there. I was pretty big when I gave birth to my son, and when I brought him home, I lost weight. So it has always kind of been like that, like an up and down thing for me. I would gain, I would lose, I would gain, I would lose. And after I had my son, I was super motivated because, you know, like being pregnant, when you get to the end, you're just like so disgusted, and you can't wait to get back to yourself, and you can't wait to, you know, get your body back and get back into like your own routine, because pregnancy just takes over your entire body. And I was really motivated when I brought my son home, and I got down to 220 again. So I was at that 220 mark, and for me, that 220 mark, once I hit that 220 mark, that was it for me. Like, I could not get under that. No matter like what I did, I would always get to 220, and then I would gain 10 pounds and go up to 230, and then, you know, gain a few more, 250, lose that 20, back down to 230. And it was just like that yo-yo for years. And it was like that for years after I had my son. So I was stuck in the 200s for a long time. You know, it was about 4 to 5 years that I was over 200 pounds, and it really took a toll on my body because my knees were hurting. I was always tired. I was always out of breath. And you know, it wasn't that I was at my highest at that point when I was at the 220, but I was still in a high weight for myself that I really was never used to, you know, before. So I was really depressed, and I used to just, you know, I would always think like, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to stay like this. And that's when I started really looking into having weight loss surgeries. So at first I was going to get the lap band procedure, and I went through my insurance from my job, and they told me that it was covered. So as you probably are aware, there are requirements for when you're having surgery. So you have to go through months of doctor's visits, and you have to see specialists and psychiatrists and nutritionists. So there's a lot of work. You know, you have to be on a diet plan and try diets, and, you know, show progress of those diets not working out before insurance will cover it. So I did all of that to get the lap band procedure. I did the 6 months. I did everything. I paid for everything. I was actually gonna have it in Manhattan in the hospital, NYU. So I went to all those visits, paid for parking in the parking lots, like added expenses, and I had the surgery booked. I was on my liquid diet, and 4 days before I was scheduled to get the lap band procedure, I got a letter in the mail from my insurance company telling me that bariatric surgery was an exclusion in the plan. So meaning it would not be covered no matter what. Like, no matter what any doctor said, no matter what any specialist said, that surgery would not be covered because it was excluded in my plan. So naturally, I was heartbroken, and I was just like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it felt like so unfair. I did everything I was supposed to do, and then like I got this news, and I was, you know, more upset because I had called and they told me that it was covered. I didn't get it in writing. So that would be like a thing. Make sure you get everything in writing if you are looking to have surgery, because these people will tell you something and then it's not true, the insurance companies. And you also have to check your plan, and you have to make sure that bariatric surgery is included in your insurance plan, because not all insurances cover bariatric services. So actually, I winded up switching jobs to get a better coverage. So if you are looking to get surgery and maybe your coverage doesn't cover it, I would look into finding a different job that does cover it. And it took me a few months. It wasn't like I went from, you know, having that job and then I got the surgery, but I did, you know, get a new job, and the insurance that they offered there, because, you know, if you get a new job, you normally have to wait like 3 months to get covered under insurance. So I waited the 3 months, and then I found out that the sleeve surgery was going to be covered. So I found my doctor, who did my sleeve surgery online. I was actually looking to get the balloon procedure. If you're familiar with it, it's basically they put a balloon inside of your stomach and it helps you not overeat because you get that full feeling. So I went to her. I didn't even know at that point that my insurance covered it, as a matter of fact. And I just went to her looking to get the balloon procedure, and I was actually gonna pay out of pocket because I was so desperate at that point to, you know, get weight loss surgery. So she looked through everything. She looked at my insurance and she was like, oh, your insurance covers the sleeve. Why don't you just get it? And the insurance ended up being really good at the job that I had, and I only had to do 3 months of doctor's visits and specialists before they would cover it. So compared to a lot of other insurance plans, the normal time frame is like 6 months that you have to wait before you can get bariatric surgery. This specific insurance that I had, it was Emblem Health, and you only had to wait 3 months. So that was really good for me. I saw her 2 more times because that first visit counted as 1. For 2 more months I seen her, and then I was well on my way to getting my sleeve surgery. So at the time I was seeing her, I was around 230, and then after a few months of the visits and I kind of knew I was getting the procedure, I actually gained weight. So I was around like 240. And I had to do the liquid diet for 2 weeks before I had the surgery. So the insurance still winded up covering it, even though I gained about 10 pounds. They still covered it. I did the liquid diet for 2 weeks, and I did really good on my sleeve surgery. I stood in the hospital for 1 night, and by the next day I was ready to go home. Coming home, I was pretty sore. I was pretty tired, pretty drained. But I had no problem getting in fluids. I tolerated all my fluids very well. I was a little nauseous coming home, but it wasn't anything major. And I never had any issues or any complications with my sleeve surgery, thankfully. I was always able to tolerate liquids and handle everything. I did all of the stages very well, and I believe that I was very successful with the gastric sleeve surgery. So it has been 3 years, and I have lost a total of 100 pounds because right now I'm 130, and I would say that I started at 230. That was basically around the weight. So I have lost a total of 100 pounds, and I have been maintaining my weight loss. There has been many stalls in my weight loss journey. If you follow me over on Instagram, then you know, you have seen it. So, you know, having stalls is totally normal. I did not lose 100 pounds quickly, guys. It took me 2 years to lose the 100 pounds. And I feel like that's because I started at a lower weight. And what I mean by that is, if I was to weigh over 300 pounds or more, dropping 50, 60 pounds is gonna come off like this because you weigh more. So the fact that I weighed less, it took me a little bit longer to, you know, lose a large amount of weight. So keep that in mind. If you are starting around the range that I was, keeping in mind that dropping 100 pounds is not gonna happen in 6 months, like for someone who was 350 pounds, you know, or around that weight. So definitely keep that in mind. I had multiple stalls throughout my weight loss journey. I did a few pouch reset diets. I have talked about them here on my channel as well. I like to do the pouch reset diets. I have done 3 of them, and they are very hard, the pouch reset diets, and that is because you are basically going back to your pre-op diet, and you're doing liquids and you're doing lean proteins, and you're not, you know, going off from like those basic things like your shakes, your yogurts, your broths, your soups, and, you know, stuff like that. So there's no room for any kind of extra things in that diet plan. So I've done a couple of those because having the VSG surgery is not a quick fix. It is not going to take away cravings. It is not going to stop you from eating things that you are not supposed to be eating. The choice is still going to be up to you. So I can still eat anything that I want to eat, especially now being 3 years out. basically I've tested the waters, I've tried everything. We're human, you know, you're gonna see what you can and cannot handle. And I can say that I can basically handle anything, which can be dangerous for some people, because if you can't control yourself, then that can get out of hand. So I try to get my protein in first, I try to stay hydrated, and I do try to keep myself moving, because I feel that when I'm moving around doing exercises, even if it's at-home exercises or light exercises, then that is the best for me physically, because I stay losing weight and I don't gain weight. And also just it helps mentally with clarity and just feeling good. So that's how I basically maintain my weight. But if I wanted to sit here and eat junk food all day, I could easily do that. So that's why I say it could be very dangerous for some people, because once you kind of see, oh, I can eat this, or oh, I can eat that food and, you know, I'm not getting full, I can eat more of it. Now you're consuming more calories, and that is when people are going to start gaining weight. So it is still up to you to make better choices, and you have to continue those healthy eating patterns. Basically, it has to just become a way of life. So I always have basically the same grocery list, and I try to keep it fun. I try to keep my meals fun and interesting, and I do try new things out, but I always try to make it a healthier version, or like a sugar-free version of something, or, you know, try to make a lighter version of the things that I love. So that's how basically I maintain my weight. And if you needed some tips, I hope that that helped you. But it has been a good journey. I am so grateful that I was able to have my sleeve surgery. And I actually had skin removal surgery in December of 2020. So right before I hit my 3-year anniversary, I did get skin removal surgery. I had my tummy tuck, and that was a whole nother journey in itself. And I say that because having weight loss surgery is a huge journey. I mean, you are going from one person to a completely different person. People see me now, they don't even recognize me. They think like I'm a totally different person. If someone was to know me back then and look at me now, they wouldn't even know who I was. So that's how much of a drastic change I have made. So you go from one person to another person, and then you finally lose all the weight and you're feeling amazing, but you are left with a lot of loose skin. And honestly, guys, loose skin is going to be inevitable. If you lose a large amount of weight, if you are stretching your skin out, if you are stretching your body out, and then you are losing that weight, you are going to have loose skin. So I have tons of loose skin still on my arms. I have it. I had my tummy tuck, and to be honest with you guys, I still have a little skin still on my stomach, and I have to just be realistic with myself. I was at one point 268 pounds. Now I'm 130 pounds. So my goals cannot be the same as a woman who never weighed 268 pounds and, you know, wants to get plastic surgery on her body. So I have to be realistic with myself, and that's something that I want to share with you too, is to just be realistic with yourself, your goals, and your body, because everybody is different, and you really can't compare yourself to someone else's journey. But I am so grateful that I was able to get my tummy tuck and I was able to get all of that skin removed, because even though I still have some extra skin, I look way better than I did before, in my opinion. And I'm just happy and grateful that I was able to have that opportunity to get the skin removed. And it was not an easy journey at all. It was probably the hardest thing that I have ever done, physically and emotionally, in my entire life. And like, that's the God's honest truth. I think that having the tummy tuck was the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life, because I couldn't do anything for myself. And, you know, you're just like all stitched up, and then you see your body, and it's just a lot physically, it's a lot mentally, emotionally, you know, just seeing like your body go from being overweight and then losing the weight and having loose skin, and then now, you know, you have the skin removed and you're left with, you know, these scars. And, you know, it's very emotional, and it makes me really emotional because I let myself, you know, get to that point, and You know, I'm just happy that I was able to turn myself around and, you know, really make those changes. And I'm really grateful that I was able to do that, because at one point in my life, I felt like I was going to be fat forever. And I feel like I kind of like gave up. And I was like, you know what, I really don't care. This is just how I'm going to be. And I just kept like eating and eating. And it was just so depressing. Like, I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to be active. No clothes fit me. Everything was like a nightmare. It was dreadful. I would get tired easily, and it was just really, really sad. And I am so grateful and thankful that I pulled myself out of that, and I did not give up. Even when I was knocked down, and even when I didn't get my lap band surgery, like, I did not give up. And I kept pushing, and I had faith that I was going to do this and I was going to lose the weight. And looking back, like, I wish that I could have seen myself now and just like told myself, like, don't give up, don't worry, like, it is going to be okay. You are going to be okay. So I just want to give that message out to you guys. If you are still here watching with me, don't give up. Don't give up hope. Don't lose hope. And if you really want it that bad, like, just don't give up no matter what. If you are told no, like, don't stop. Look at me. My insurance didn't cover it. I went and got a totally different job and switched jobs to get that insurance to cover it. Like, whatever it took for me to be able to have the opportunity, I did it, because like, that's how bad I wanted it. And I have to say that I am proud of myself. I am really happy with my results, and I feel amazing. I am in the best shape of my life. All my blood work always comes back amazing. The only things that I could say are like cons of having the surgery is the heartburn, because I get that sometimes where I have to take medication. And I feel very tired a lot. So I don't know, my vitamins are good, my blood work is good. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, guys, I don't know. But yeah, just, you know, the tiredness. I'm not really the best with taking my multivitamins. I do try to take a 1-a-day vitamin, but I'm just not really consistent with it, guys. I really gotta work on that. But yeah, I guess that's all for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and, you know, got to know me a little bit better and kind of know my journey. And if you are on your weight loss journey, I hope that this video can help you, give you a little bit of motivation. And, you know, if you've lost hope, hopefully this could help you get that little spark back so that you get motivated to continue your weight loss journey. I love you guys so much. Please make sure to subscribe here to my channel if you haven't, and check out some of my other videos while you are here on YouTube today. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.